Reincarnation beliefs posit that souls undergo multiple lifetimes in various forms. After death, souls transmigrate into new bodies to continue their spiritual journey. Karma influences the circumstances of each reincarnation, shaping future experiences. Reincarnation offers opportunities for soul evolution and growth through diverse experiences. Many cultures embrace reincarnation as a fundamental aspect of existence. Reflecting on reincarnation fosters a deeper understanding of the soul's journey. Spirit worlds and astral planes are realms beyond the physical realm, inhabited by spirits. These ethereal dimensions transcend earthly limitations, fostering spiritual exploration. Mediums and shamans often journey into these realms for guidance and insight. Spirit worlds offer opportunities for communication with departed loved ones and spiritual beings. Exploring astral planes enhances spiritual awareness and connection. Heavenly realms depict ultimate bliss and divine presence beyond earthly existence. These ethereal dimensions symbolize eternal peace and serenity. Angels and celestial beings often inhabit these realms, radiating pure love and harmony. Many religious and spiritual traditions describe various levels of heavenly realms. These realms are the ultimate reward for a virtuous life on earth. Exploring heavenly realms fosters spiritual growth and enlightenment. Underworlds and hells represent realms of darkness and suffering in many belief systems. Souls may face punishment for their misdeeds in life. These realms often have intricate hierarchies of punishment and torment. Mythologies depict monstrous creatures and demonic entities reigning over these realms. The underworld serves as a cautionary tale about moral consequences. Exploring underworlds inspires reflection on ethical choices and consequences. Nirvana symbolizes the ultimate state of liberation and enlightenment in Buddhism. Achieving nirvana entails transcending suffering and desire, attaining perfect peace. It marks the end of the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Enlightenment brings profound wisdom and clarity of perception. Meditation and moral discipline are paths toward nirvana. Striving for enlightenment leads to spiritual awakening and inner harmony. Elysian fields and paradises represent idyllic realms of eternal bliss and happiness. In Greek mythology, Elysium is a paradise for heroes and virtuous souls. These paradises offer rest and reward after a virtuous life. Beautiful landscapes and serene environments characterize these realms. Many religious traditions depict paradises as gardens of abundance and tranquility. Reflecting on paradises inspires hope and aspiration for a better existence. Judgment and afterlife justice depict the evaluation of souls' actions after death. Souls face accountability for their deeds in life, determining their afterlife fate. Divine or cosmic entities oversee this process impartially. Justice in the afterlife ensures moral balance and order. Reflecting on judgment fosters ethical responsibility and mindfulness of actions. Resurrection and rebirth signify renewal and regeneration after death. Some beliefs posit a physical resurrection, while others emphasize spiritual rebirth. Resurrection offers hope for life beyond death's grasp. It symbolizes the triumph of life over decay and destruction. Rebirth signifies the cyclical nature of existence and the continuity of life. Contemplating resurrection inspires faith in the eternal cycle of life. Limbo and purgatory are intermediate states where souls undergo purification or awaiting judgment. Limbo is a realm of neutrality, neither heaven nor hell. Purgatory is a place of temporary suffering to cleanse souls of sin. Souls in limbo or purgatory strive for spiritual growth and redemption. These states offer opportunities for reconciliation and transformation. Valhalla represents a warrior's paradise in Norse mythology, reserved for brave warriors. Fallen heroes feast and battle alongside gods in Valhalla's halls. Warriors aspire to earn entrance through valor and honor in battle. Valhalla embodies the warrior ethos and celebrates martial prowess. Reflecting on Valhalla inspires courage and resilience in facing life's challenges. Eternal rest offers serenity and tranquility beyond earthly existence's trials and tribulations. Souls find solace and rejuvenation in the embrace of everlasting peace. Peaceful afterlife realms provide respite from the struggles of mortal life. Celestial gardens and divine kingdoms embody paradisiacal realms of beauty and splendor. These ethereal landscapes overflow with vibrant flora and majestic architecture. Divine beings and blessed souls dwell in harmony, basking in the divine light. Karma dictates the repercussions of one's actions in the afterlife journey. Positive deeds cultivate favorable afterlife consequences, while negative actions incur repercussions. Afterlife consequences reflect the balance of cosmic justice and moral accountability. Modern interpretations of the afterlife blend ancient beliefs with contemporary perspectives and experiences. Concepts like near-death experiences, spirit communication, and reincarnation enrich understanding. Modern interpretations explore the afterlife's mysteries through science, spirituality, and personal introspection.